What's up, Sportman family? It's your boy Sporkman, and welcome back to another Market Watch. Now, before we get started on today's Market Watch, I do want to apologize as I've been gone for a few days, but that's because I had some plumbing problems here in the new place, so I had to move back with my parents. But I left all my equipment, all my stuff here, so wasn't able to record. So I do apologize for that. But with that being said, we're probably going to upload a few videos the next few days, that being like maybe 2 or 3 videos, maybe today, tomorrow, and Sunday. And we'll go from there. But yeah, we have a lot to talk about, whether it be Market Watch, news in the community, drama, all this crazy stuff. So we're going to get to it. So stick tuned to those things. I am working on the background as well. So let me know what you think. It's a work in progress, but I think it looks pretty good for now. But like I said, we have a lot left to do to make the background look really nice and really appealing as well. So, we're working on it. And of course, the lighting as well. I think, obviously the lighting and everything like that. But just give me some time. But let's talk about Market Watch, because that's why you're here. And I think a lot of people are wondering what's going on with Rage of the Abyss. Now, you look at Rage of the Abyss, the front page, and it looks pretty good, right? You're like, oh, the QCR, the Secret Rare Fuelios, it's pretty high up in price. What is there to complain about? Well, if you actually tune a little bit further deep into it, not the QCRs here, but the Secret Rares, we look at the top 3 Secret Rares here that we were expected to be really high price point. Then there's a huge drop off where there's not that many big Secret Rare pulls then to get after the first top 3. And then the Ultra Rare pile that, again, you get 4 Ultra Rares per booster box here. They don't look pretty good at all. So it's looking pretty depressing, not gonna lie to you. So people are wondering, was getting an $80 box worth it? Now, however, I did put people onto Market Watch for Game Nerds that were selling boxes at $61, I believe, if you bought a case, $65 if you bought just a booster box. Now, again, that was a pretty good deal, and considering that you might not make back your money if buying a $60 booster box, regardless, at least it's better than buying an $8 booster box right now here in Rage of the Abyss. So again, a little better price point, maybe not the price point you want to see, but then again, it's much better than current day Yu-Gi-Oh! Booster box prices that, we usually see nowadays as well. So keep that all in mind as well. I will say this much. If you bought it at the $6 price point, I will say, with that being said, you're always taking a gamble of pulling the card you need. And there will always be a high price point card in any set. Maybe it'll be 1 or 2 cards, and then there'll be a huge drop off. But I think Rage of the Abyss is having a really huge drop off in the beginning, and a lot of people are wondering as to why that is. And yes, we do have our high price point cards like Fuelios, Impulse, so on and so forth. And then your QCRs, obviously. But then, again, you're just seeing a lot of very low price point cards, and you're just wondering why. Because, again, this set's supposed to be really good with Asmina, which we're seeing here, which really look low price point. A lot the Lacrimal card that's supposed to be high price point, but it's not. There's 6 Samurai support, there's Mermail support, there's Water support in this one. There's a lot of things going on in this one, but it's not seeing the oomph of the price points. And here's what I'll say to this. And I think you have to be very patient with this set, with certain things. And in regards to Fuelios, that actually could go up way higher in price than it is right now, I think it's actually being undervalued at $120, to be honest with you. And you might be like, Sparkman, you're out of your mind. But in all honesty, that is a really good card. And it's going to be a good card for current day decks and future decks. So, it's a given this card is going to be a staple in most decks. So, I say this because this set is going to age like fine wine. Yes, it's not great right now, right off of making it, but you give it some time, you give it a little bit of, time to breathe. I'm telling you, it's like wine. It's going to taste even better in the future, because you're going to look at other decks in the future and you'll be like, oh, we need that card from Rage of the Abyss. Oh, we need that card from Rage of the Abyss. Oh, we need that card. You're going to see a lot of cards you're going to be needing from Rage of the Abyss. And then you're going to see the high price point of cards start to pick up in that regard as well, as we go a few months out, and then people are going to be like, oh, wait, I should have picked up the box. It's always going to happen with a set like this as well, because, again, right now people aren't playing that much meta. So you want to keep that in mind as well. I think there's a lot of regards to keep in mind. I think people are exaggerating a lot of the set failing and Yu-Gi-Oh's dying and all this bullshit you hear these days. Yes, obviously there's not always great things that to be said. I'm one that obviously always covers those things as well. Yes, it's not always positive, and a lot of times it is negative, but at the same time, it's Yu-Gi-Oh! There's a lot of people that love this game, and they come back, they take breaks, it is what it is. But with that being said, I think a lot of players are playing different formats and different card games right now, while the format is just a little stale. They've been seeing the same decks, the same archetypes, the same style of Yu-Gi-Oh! The last few months. They're fed up, they're bored. They're bored. Players are bored. I get it. We're seeing less attendance at a lot of places because, again, people want to play the other formats. The Gold format, the Edison format, the Hat format that just came out, right? And then you have, again, other card games that are now coming out that people are trying to, look into. Possibly play while Yu-Gi-Oh! Is on the downward end of things in terms of the meta. And then once we have another ban list, once we get a future sets, I think then we're looking at a pretty good area for the game where it possibly will pick up, and you'll see other decks start to creep their way into the meta, and then you'll be like, oh wait, I actually want to play that deck. Oh, this format looks a little bit better. It looks a little bit more healthier. Then you'll see the pick-me-up, you'll see the prices start to pick up as well, and then you'll see the value in Rage of the Abyss, because again, there's going to be a lot of cards people are going to need from this set, and there's going to be a lot of decks and archetypes that people are looking at and be like, oh, wait a second, this is actually what we need. And then you're going to see price points start to go up in your favor. So keep that in mind right now. And keep this in mind as well, everybody. Right now, these are great investments to have, right? If you're just looking to pick up singles, great investments. I know we're at pre-sale lock right now in TCG Player, so wait for the lock to, not to happen, which is going to be today, Friday, that is. So, once this pre-sale lock is gone away, you're going to start to see prices probably even go down further in your favor, which is going to be great, right? That you shouldn't be complaining. Obviously, if you bought sealed, especially at the $8 price point, you're definitely going to see a little bit more complaining on your side, and I get it. But at the same time, like I said, if you had listened to Market Watch in weeks past when I was telling people to buy boxes at $60, it doesn't look that bad. But again, at $80, it doesn't look that great as well. So give it some time, let it breathe. It'll age like fine wine. I think this set does have a good future outlook if you give it some time, especially with good cards like Impulse and Fuelios and the Asmina cards and the Lacrima card in this one. There's just a lot of good things in this one that I think just needs a little bit of time. And again, just like another set that we always talk about, Infinite Forbidden, of things being overlooked and undervalued, we're going to start to see stuff like that, given time, start to increase in price in this set as well. So you just give things time. You can't be rushing the process as well. So I know everybody wants to make a buck, everyone wants to make some money quickly, but that's not how this works. Sometimes you just need to be patient, because then you'll see price points in your favor. You'll see price points to actually profit on a lot of things as well. And there's always a great possibility of picking up things now while it's on the low end to profit in the later end of things. So always keep that in mind as well. Don't always look to make a quick buck here. Look to be patient as well, so you can make even further profits down the stretch as well. So there's things like that. So again, I'm no financial advisor, but I just give you my best financial advice or take, I guess. I don't know what you want to call it, but the way I see it, right? The prediction, the way I'm viewing the market, viewing how things are right now in the community. You have to put all these things into perspective when you're looking at prices. So keep that all in mind as you're moving forward as well, everybody. We looked at the 25th anniversary tints for a long time now, and things are pretty much where it is, right? Nothing's really moved too much. Nothing's really moved down. If anything, things have gone up. Diabellstar has gone up, for example. So, things are on the upward end of things here in the tins, and no surprise that the ratios again not in your favor. And people are saying, oh, SPL9 is going to go down to 30, Blue Eyes will be down in price. These things are not going down in price, everybody. It's just not happening. And I think that that has to be gone from your brain at this point, that you think that these cards are going to go down heavily in price. It's just not. Unless these get reprinted again, these cards aren't going down in price. So I would get that out of your brain right now, because, again, you're going to have to wait on a future reprint for these cards to now go down in price. And then if you're expecting the QCR for the Blue Eyes to go down in price, you're very much mistaken, especially since we did get that Blue Eye Structure Deck announcement. This thing is not going down in price. If anything, it will continue to go up in price. So just keep that in mind as well if you're looking to invest in this one. Don't expect it to go down. Dragon Master Manga, talking about Blue Eyes, well, this one is out of control. I mean, I was looking at the sales data on this one, over $1,100 in a sale. So, I mean, now we're cracking $1,000 sales, and consistently that is, and that is, well, that's pretty wild. That's pretty wild, actually. I can't believe we're here at this price point, at this point. Good for this card. I guess good for this set. Probably, what's the seal value now of this set? It's $100? Alright, let's see how further up this goes. I'm not gonna lie, people are gonna try to buy into this thinking that this is never gonna get reprinted. I keep saying it. That's a lot of copium you're drinking there, because I really think that this one will probably get reprinted. And maybe I'm drinking copium, maybe I'm wrong, but Konami doesn't value the collector market, everybody. They see the value in a certain card and they realize they can capitalize on it. Don't hold your breath on that one. Alright, Rarity Collection 2 is going up in price. The seal value across our detonators is around 50 now. It was below 30 at one point, but now look at that, 50, everybody. So hopefully you cashed in when you could have, in terms of getting it for a really cheap price. And yeah, things are starting to go up in a lot of regards here in different avenues of this set as well. So, we talked about this set given time as well, would age like fine wine, and it is doing such as well as Blue Eyes Spirit Dragon has definitely increased in price, for example. So again, given time with a lot of things here, and just Rarity Collection stuff in general, they're going to do really well for itself. There's a lot of staples to be had in both Rarity Collections, and there's no surprise with this one as to why a lot of things are going up in both Rarity Collection sets. And now with Bonanza coming out, well, we'll see what happens with that one as well. Retro Pack, well, things are going back up in the seal value end, and there's no surprise, like I said, with this one. It should have been up in price, and hopefully it goes back up above $200, as it should be going towards there, as, again, this is a very exclusive, we always talk about exclusive item. So we'll see what happens in the long run with this one, but I do believe that this one deserves a bigger price point, maybe even towards here, to be honest with you. This is where I expect it to be. So we'll see what happens in the next few weeks as well. But that's about it for Market Watch. I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know what you think. I didn't want to go too crazy in Market Watch for our first one back, but I do think that this set is a worthwhile set to invest in. Maybe not sealed at an $80 price point, but I will say there is long-term value for this set as well. So just keep that all in mind as you're moving forward. And if you're trying to move on from things in this set really fast, I don't think that is the smartest thing to do. I think depending on the card you're looking at, maybe, but just be smart the way you're going about things. Like I said, it will age like fine wine given some time. But let me know what you think in the comment section down below. And always great to hear your opinions and thoughts. But from yours truly, Sparkman, we'll catch you next one. Please comment, and peace out, YouTube.